All right, I am here today with Cody Green commentary. This will be a good one. Cody's got one of the most popular phrases or catchphrases, whatever you want to say, in the TCAP community. You know, cleanest best pleasure. Wow, I came out stupid. Cleanest best pleasure. He's also one of two Wiggers that were on the show, him and Schumacher. And yeah, this guy also has quite the history following the show. I mean, I think he has something almost immediately after this. Kind of like a Kennelly situation, only he didn't get caught. Actually, it wasn't as soon. It says in August that something happened. I don't even know when this was recorded, but whenever this was recorded / released, then it says in August. So it could have been a month later, could have been a couple months later. Regardless, though, he does something again, which is actually worse than what he's getting caught for right now. Cody also ends up looking like a doofus when he gets older, so it's just kind of funny how that's even the same guy, this Wigger here today, versus what he becomes. But, yeah, I guess let's just get into it.
Whoa, Predator Raw, the unseen tapes.
My perfect buddy,
Frag.
Cody.
Damn, boy.
He's the parolee.
We know before Cody Green even gets there that he could be trouble. He's got a history with police.
He
was on probation for drunk driving.
Turned into the Grudge Kid, Juwan, right there.
Tells me in our discussion that he got into trouble again for, I guess, leaving the scene of an accident. And
hold on a minute, I was talking.
He was on probation for drunk driving. He tells me in our discussion that he got into trouble again for, I guess, leaving the scene of an accident.
All right, so a couple things right there. One is something that they found out on their own. He was in trouble for drunk driving? Cody's one of the younger ones. Isn't he like 19 at this time? So, the fuck? Bro, you ain't even supposed to be drinking to begin with. And you got a DUI? I almost feel like when you're underage, something worse should happen too. Like you have your license suspended or something. You know what I mean? Like, this kid, he's not even of age, and he's already drinking. Like, he's breaking the law for drinking underage. And then he's going out and breaking the law by drinking while drunk and got busted for it. And then what? Leaving the scene of a crime? Hey, what, douchebag? That's the Wigger way. Hey, man, cuz, I'm out of here. Man, I ain't do shit, cuz. You know, Cody Green's kind of a pussy in this because he's nervous when Chris busts him. And, like, he's trying to be respectful. So he calls him sir every 3 seconds and tries to speak clearly. But I wonder what Cody was like normal. You know what I mean? When he's just hanging out with his boys. Aye, man, we're all call. Man, I got that Escalade call. Or if he still actually talked like how he does in here. I highly doubt it. He's just trying to get himself out of a situation. Anyways, though, Chris also giving us that foreshadowing because he says, or spoiler, I should say, because he's talking about, as he says in our discussion, that he ran from a hit and run, or whatever the hell he just said. Come on, Chris, way to ruin it.
And here he is, about to get in trouble yet another.
You know, that tie is pretty familiar to me. He's got like a sexy, fancy version of the piece of shit tie I had. There was some ties that Dollar Tree was selling one year, and they were so thin and worthless, but I just had a stupid job. I was working at McDonald's during those days. I was in my college days, and I had to wear a tie, so I was like, I'll just wear a stupid dollar store one. But it looked so terrible that even after you tied it, it just looked ridiculously cheap and didn't look good at all, so I never wore them. But it was that style, that design, that coloring, just shitty. One thing I will say about his getup, he's got that nice, fresh, crisp white shirt, that fresh pressed, maybe even brand new black jacket. He's looking all fresh as hell. He's got the hair all combed, but his knot is shitty. That's like a, what, 4 in the hand? That's one of the most basic, boring knots. You got to do a Windsor or half Windsor at least. Full Windsor is the best way to go, like Jesse Waters. Jesse Waters on Fox News Primetime, or The 5, whichever program you prefer. Jesse Waters, he's always got that on-point knot. He's got a full Windsor going. And you got Chris over here with this half-ass bullshit. Come on, bro.
Time.
He's not coming for the
Frank,
handcuffs. He's coming for the other
Looking for a burger.
thing.
He's hoping Cody comes with some McDonald's. He's hungry.
Cody Green shows
Hey,
up
what up,
in this
motherfucker?
fairly
I hear the
new,
fucking kid call.
expensive Cadillac SUV.
Man, I got that Escalade.
Maddie.
What was the point of that? Trying to walk like some huge Wigger. Got my pants falling off, cuz. And I gotta keep my legs open so they don't fall all the way down, because forbid if I buy a fucking belt or buy pants that are a few sizes smaller so they fit good. And I got my hands up doing that little rubby thing that they do for some reason, because somehow that's cool and makes you tough because you're rubbing your hands together. But let me do this little gay-ass hop. What the fuck was that even for? That did nothing. See that dumbass hop again.
Cody Green
Hey, man, I
shows
got
up
my
in
hand
this
up, Cole.
fairly new, expensive
Yeah, shit, my
Cadillac
pants
SUV.
falling. Let me do this little pussy hop right here for no reason. Man, I see that bitch, I'm gonna fucking poop. So gay. There was no point to that. It achieved absolutely nothing. The ledge is like the same level as the grass.
SUV.
What the fuck did you do that for? He didn't jump over the grass. He walks in the grass. That he's in the grass. Alright, I gotta do that gay little hop.
He comes in and he's got his
Alright, so this bitch is 20. Got it. Perfect Buddy GA. What kind of weird name is that for a huge wigger, too? Alright, Cole, I got the pun name I'm gonna use. I'm gonna call myself Perfect Buddy GA. Nah, I mean, Cole. Man, I that Cody Green, but I go by Perfect Buddy Guy. Nah, I'm saying? I'm 20, Cole.
cap on, and he's ready to meet his dream date.
Yeah, I made.
Actually, something I was thinking about as a side note, Cody being only 20, he's kind of young. I don't know. I don't feel like the busts are as exciting on somebody young because they're young. They're kind of close to the kid's age. I mean, how old is this girl that he thinks he's meeting up with? 13, and he's 20. Okay, so that's 7 years. But, like, when you're older, well, I mean, I guess you could say that for all of them, but I don't know. It's like 7 years sounds like a lot. But, like, there's people that have much larger gaps than that. You know, one of my relationships was 6 years gap. I think my brother had one like that was 6 years of a gap. There's somebody I work with who's got, 11-year gap. So it's like, The other thing, too, is when they're young like this, like Cody being only 20, it's kind of like, okay, technically you're an adult because 18 is an adult, but, like, you're not mature. Look at Cody. He's a kid as fuck. He's drinking underage because he's super immature. He's driving after he's drunk because he's immature. He's running from a scene because he's immature. He's dressing like a douchebag because he's immature, doing gay little hops. Like, it makes sense that he would be talking to a kid because he still has, like, a high schooler's mentality. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be real. He could have just graduated, just for argument's sake. I mean, he could have just graduated, like, a year ago. You know what I mean? He could have, like, stayed back 1 year. So instead of graduating at 18, he ended up graduating at 19, and now he's 20. So he's only been out of school for a year. Like, high school is a lot closer to his life than the real world is. So him talking to a kid kind of makes sense-ish. You know, a 13-year-old to his mentality, he's a fucking immature douchebag. He's not worrying about trying to talk to somebody his age. Somebody that's younger, he's more relatable to. The other thing is, I think about this. When I was in high school, now this is just a story about somebody real, but the situation I'm going to describe is just fake, just for argument's sake. But there was somebody when I was in school who was supposed to graduate when he was 18, but he failed some classes. So what the school did is they gave him a deal that he could come back the following year and for half the year and just make up everything that he failed in those, from September to January, I think he was in school. So from September to January, he could make up what he failed. And then he was able to, get his diploma after that. So anyways, he was 19 and still in high school with us. And so my point I'm trying to get at is, in theory, like, when I was in 9th grade, I was 14. Then when I went to 10th grade, I was 14 still. Because when my birthday falls, I didn't turn 15 until later in the school year. So my point is, in theory, this kid who's basically a senior hangover could have met somebody who was in 10th grade, a girl in 10th grade, but still only 14. So 2 grades under him, but 5 years under him, and kind of, in this range where a TCAP would bust them, 19 talking to a 14-year-old. But it's like, you met each other in high school. So, you know what I mean? It just makes, like, a weird situation. Like, that's why I don't feel like when they're close in age like that it really matters. Like, there's one more dickhead. Who's the kid? It's the one that cries a lot. Talking about, my uncle bought us a gem, and chewing the gum like a total douchebag the whole time. And he's 19, And like the girl how old was the girl he was talking to? I don't remember. She might have been like 13 or something, but it's just like, man, it's too close for me to like feel good about it. You know, it's like, it would almost be like if they busted a guy who was 18 talking to a 14-year-old, it would be like, I mean, I get it, but they both end in teen still. Like, it doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? It's not like when they got Jeff Sokol. First off, he's a fucking douchebag, so good, get busted. But second off, he's like 45 talking to a 13-year-old. Yeah, then that feels like a catch. Like, oh man, get this piece of shit off the streets. But when you get like a 19 or 20-year-old, it's like, okay, I mean, I guess. But at the same time, like, I don't know. And that's like this with Cody. Like, he's only 20. It's like, I don't know. Anyways, carry on with this dumbass.
Tea is on the table. Did you bring me my chocolate?
Did you bring me my chocolate? And that boy just runs right in there. God damn. He's like, I know that girl. I'm gonna fuck her behind these curtains, Carl. Just runs right in. He didn't even waste any time. He doesn't even answer. He just runs in there behind the curtain. Like, okay. Man, bitch, I ain't got time for y'all stupid ass questions. I'm gonna run behind this curtain and find you, Carl.
Hey. Why don't you step right over there, please?
Oh, and then Chris is back there and says, hey, and then he like goes in there more to hang out. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but I guess I gonna hang out with him. What up, Carl? Hey, you here to fuck this bitch too? Alright. I guess I'll wait a second unless you're gonna let me join. It's kind of weird with two guys, but it'll work, nah, I mean.
Should have a seat right in that chair.
Shit. You want to sit out here?
I'm in agreement with him, so I swear.
I need you to sit down, and you can tell
Wait, the fuck you just said?
Why don't you just step right over there, please? Should have a seat right in that chair. Please sit down.
I'm in agreement with him, so I swear.
I need you to sit down, and you can tell me all about it. I promise.
Please, sir, I really drove this far for no reason.
What the hell did he say first? He says something. And then Chris says, that's okay. You can sit there and tell me all about it. But what did he say? I can't hear it. But then he starts clearly with this dumbass audio of, please, sir, I really came all this way for nothing. Like, bitch, what? I mean, some of these guys come up with pretty retarded excuses. Like, you have, God damn it, what's the Pepper Steak guy's name? I don't know, whatever his name is. He plays dumb. Klein. What was his first name? Something Klein. But he plays dumb, like, like he doesn't know. Huh? What do you mean? But at least, I guess it's less dumb than saying you came all the way here for nothing. Like, no, you didn't come all the way here for nothing. You're here for a reason. You found out about this house. You drove to it from wherever the hell you came from. You quickly beelined it right to the curtain where you saw the girl go. Like, come on, bro. Who are you trying to kid? You think Chris is that dumb? Wait, speaking of Chris, where the fuck's his tie? Trying to sit there looking all half fresh with his shitty knotted tie in the little interview thing by himself, and now he's actually interviewing, and he's just a shirt and a jacket. Come on, bro.
Drove this far for no reason.
I swear to you, I asked her, and I swear to you, I asked her this.
You asked who?
This motherfucker is white. God damn, he's got two white shirts on, white rimmed glasses, a white hat. Does he have white shoes? I saw he had jeans on, but does he have white shoes? Like, the fuck? And then what do you do with white rimmed glasses? Like, that works right now with all your other white shit, but like, what happens every other day? Do you have multiple pairs of prescription glasses just to match your clothes? Or do you just rock the white every day so every other time it kind of looks goofy until you do this shit? I'm on that full Wigger mode, nah, I mean?
I asked Maddie.
Take your time. I'm going to let you explain the whole thing.
I said, if this is really not what you're looking for, I really want you to tell me that. Because I will come over and I swear I will just be with you and I will not.
Yeah, that is your plan, just be with you. Hey, what up, call? Man, I'm gonna fuck you don't want this. I'm still gonna put my thing in you. Get to that in a minute. Here's Frag watching some high quality TV. Wishing that Cody brought some Burger King with him.
Touch you, anything like that, is what I said, and I can prove that to you. I will show it to you.
You'll show me how.
Please,
Actually, in all realness, what the hell was the point of that? Why do we have to see Frag watching this interaction on his monitors? The whole point is to just see this normal. Like, this was a show on TV. Like, I mean, this is the uncut files, I guess, so maybe that frag part wasn't in the final cut, but like, what the hell? If you're trying to watch a show, you don't want to see it on a small monitor and just see the back of Frag's head in shadow. That was fucking stupid.
Really, I swear, sir, I'm a desperate person. I need a girl in my life, and I'm...
Yep, he does have white shoes. I call him Desmond, I mean. It's kind of goofy sounding coming from a Wigger. I call him Desmond, I mean. They act like they're super cool and all this shit. They want to be talking about how they're desperate. Hey man, I got that earring too, call, I mean.
If she really wanted to be my friend, that would be all I needed from her. I've never hurt anyone. I've never done anything. I would not have hurt her.
Now, what did you bring with you?
Nobody said you'd hurt her. I mean, I guess sexually would be considered hurting her because she's a kid, but I know you weren't planning on hurting her because that's what you want to do is slip your little winky in there. Get your little hot dog in that taco. That's a weird-ass taco. Hot dog taco? Nah, call, I'm good, alright.
Chocolate, like she asked me.
He's most likely there to get food for the decoy. I think she said that was one thing he was supposed to do.
And
White chocolate.
that, yes, sir, that's what I told.
The worst one? Who the hell likes white chocolate? Ugh. My job had a whole jar full of white chocolate Reese's recently, and like nobody ate them because who the hell wants white chocolate? You want Reese's for regular. White chocolate's borderline flavorless. It's boring. It doesn't hit the spot. And when you get a craving for chocolate, it's not like you're thinking of reaching for a white chocolate bar. You want fucking regular brown chocolate. Why the hell would this decoy be like, I want white chocolate, bitch? I guess it's just because it's more obscure and a little harder to find, probably. So they're putting Cody on more of a wild goose chase than he needs to be to fulfill a fake 13-year-old's chocolate craving. Bullshit chocolate craving.
I was bringing.
What about condoms?
Yes, sir, I have them also, but that was not my intention, I swear to you.
Yeah, okay, cool. That was not my intention. We got your whole chat log, bitch. Oh, man, fuck me in the ass. Don't worry, you will be in jail.
What were you going to use the condoms for?
She told me to bring them also.
So you did every...
I was thinking he was going to say the balloon tricks. There's one guy that he asked, what did you need the condoms for? Gonna blow balloon animals with them? Do some balloons? Whatever the hell he says. I guess he wasn't slick enough here with Cody.
thing just because she told you to.
Yes, sir, I swear to you that is the reason for it.
Then why did you send
comes
her
this.
pictures like this?
Because she asked me to.
She asked you to send...
Oh, you know how awkward and weird that must be? Some guy that you don't even know who he is. You're there to fuck who you might think is his daughter at this point, because you don't know who he is. But then he pulls out a naked picture of you that you sent to who you thought was that girl. Like, this guy is seeing your dick and then showing you your own dick. And you know how awkward that must be? If I was in that position, I'd get, like, that hot feeling that you get that starts behind your neck and, like, creeps over your head. I'd be getting that hot feeling. My cheeks, I know, would be getting all red. Well, not cheeks, my whole face would be getting all red. Like, I'd be super uncomfortable. I'd feel ridiculous. I'd be in that feeling where you just want to be tiny, but like you're still your size, but you know what I mean, when the room feels like it should be bigger and you're just like, oh my god, this is so awkward, I need to get the fuck out of here. I'd probably start having like mild anxiety, like this is ridiculously awkward, I don't even know who this guy is, and now he's showing me this picture that he knows I sent to somebody who I thought was 13. Oh, this is terrible. And Chris is just casual showing him his own dick. And this fucking douchebag trying to play it off. Hey, call, that's my winky. Know what I mean? I got that 2 centimeter in my pant, call. That's why I dress like this, blah.
And asked me to send nude pictures, I know.
Oh, shit, you got more than
There's a big
mine.
difference between sending a photograph of yourself and sending pictures of your genitals. It's not like the decoys are asking to be sent these pictures.
They're
I mean,
asking.
these guys offer it right up. Did you say you are ready to have my fang in your mouth?
And then
Yes,
this.
What do you mean by that?
This. First, Chris trolls him with showing him a couple of his own dick pics. Then he makes him translate this saying. Like, first off, Chris, you know what he's trying to say, dick. But the reason he put thang was, well, a couple reasons. One, because he's a Wigger, so he's trying to say it in like a way he thinks is cool. Hey, call you on my thing, not my thang, nah, I mean cool. But two, maybe psychologically it's because he knows that what he's doing is wrong. He is talking to a kid, and he feels awkward just straight up saying dick, cock, or penis or something. You want my penis in your mouth? You want my dick in your mouth? Or anything. So he says thang, so it feels a little bit better to him, you know? Oh, you want my thang? Bitch, you know what I mean, right? Yeah, just like you do too, Chris. But then he asks him about it. Would you mind translating what fang is? And then Cody, the dumbass he is, man, I was saying, do you want my cock in your mouth? I always thought it was dick, but you can see here that he clearly says cock. Which is almost funnier than dick, just because it's more vulgar for no reason. Like, he could have said anything else. He could have said, I'm just asking her if she wanted to do oral stuff or something. Nope, just straight up translates it. Like a fucking dumbass. Thinks, and then...
Are you ready to have my in your mouth?
Oh, maybe he does say dick. Damn it. I watched this a little bit ago, and I thought the way his mouth formed, it was cock. Maybe he does say dick. Let's see that one more time. Let's just try to get a definitive answer.
What do you mean by that?
Are you ready to have my in your mouth?
I think it is dick. Maybe it's dick. So stupid. He just straight up says it. It'd be funny if Chris didn't know what to say because he was speechless, like dumbfounded, stunned, like, oh my god, he actually translated. I was not expecting him to be that stupid.
Pretty much what I meant. Because she was going with it. She was.
Oh, so she wanted it.
That's what it
It's
seemed
her
like
fault.
to me.
She says, you don't mind I'm a virgin? You say, if you don't mind me taking it from you, I actually would love it and never have been with a virgin.
I know
Same, but not for a 13-year-old.
it's not respectful, but I was just asking her if she wanted to do that online. This is not even like I was just looking for girls that were this young, and I was looking.
Yeah, right, bruh. You definitely were looking for girls this young. First off, when you were in your chat room, you saw that it said 13, and you're like, I gotta talk to that one, cool. Second off, based on your future history that you're going to have, yeah, you kind of were looking for kids, because that's why you have such a history. You're constantly going after them. You fucking weird fake Wigger. What kind of Wigger goes after kids and stuff? And does gay little hops. Come on, cuh.
To get in trouble and everything like this, because I was telling her this. I was like, this is illegal on phone conversations, online and stuff like that. And I was like, you swear to me, you're not gonna get.
I don't know your chat log off the top of my head, but yeah, you probably were saying those things, but you weren't saying them because you were like, I don't know, being mindful of her. You were saying it because of you. You're like, I can't get caught, nah, I mean, because this shit's illegal and I go to jail, call, because you're a kid.
In trouble, and I swear I will never disrespect you, is what I was pretty much meaning to.
So you're the victim here.
No, sir, I'm not the victim. I came here for reasons like that, but.
So you're the victim here. No, motherfucker, I ain't no... Man, maybe I am trying to say that about myself. Shit, you got me corner, call. Basically the translation there of what he said.
If she really didn't want it, sir, I swear to you, I would have never tried it.
But if she was open to the idea,
Yes.
you would have had sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Probably, yeah.
Why? Because it's so alluring to have
Is
sex
this
with a
it? Is this it?
13-year-old girl?
That would
It's just
probably be...
something that you'll probably never have again. That would be probably the cleanest, best pleasure, I would say.
The cleanest.
There it is. One of the immortalized lines in the TCAP community. Cleanest, best pleasure. Although it's a line that everybody makes fun of, especially considering the context, like how he's talking about fooling around with a kid. I feel like I kind of mildly understand what he's trying to say. Like, he's saying, like, a virgin is somebody that's almost like ideal. All the terrorist people do their terrorist acts because then they think, oh, I'm gonna go to wherever they think they go, heaven or something, and I'm gonna have 50 virgins for me and blah blah blah. And the idea is, they're just pure and fresh just for you. They haven't been tainted by any other guy. But being a virgin is kind of like being a vegetarian. There's vegans that are psychotic, and then vegetarians who are, still psychotic, but a lot less psychotic. That's like a 13-year-old virgin versus maybe a 20-year-old virgin. The 20-year-old one might still have gotten some mild action in the past, maybe only up to second base or something like that, where the 13 is nothing. They haven't even kissed in this case, a boy. So, I think what Cody's trying to say, but doesn't really have the words in the moment while Chris is interrogating him, is something along those lines. Like, a 13-year-old kid might be wrong to fuck around with, but she'd be super pure, super untainted, like never had any dick, never been kissed, never nothing. All of the germs within her are her own germs, you know what I mean? There's nothing shared or caught from anyone else. It's just straight up pure and fresh and clean and all that. And so, in his words, cleanest, best pleasure. Which I get it, but I mean, you should have tried harder when you were 13 to get with a 13-year-old then, boy. Not trying to go after it now. Like, you missed the boat, motherfucker. So now you gotta go with a, I don't know, kinda clean, alright pleasure instead. Like, you gotta find a new avenue there. Because right now, you know, on your way to jail shortly, that's gonna be, what, the dirtiest, worst non-pleasure? What's the opposite of pleasure? You know, dirtiest, worst pleasure. Let's just use that word anyways. Pleasurous to us to watch it because it's funny. Pleasurous to Chris to catch you because then, you know, that's a payday for him and stuff. It justifies what he's doing, actually catching you guys. But pretty shitty for you.
Best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Yes, sir.
You can't be any...
The only thing, though, is when Cody says that, is 13 like the golden standard? You know, cleanest, best pleasure, virgin, pure, has to be 13? Or would he settle for 14 or something else, 15, 16? Or if he found somebody that was 25 and just never been managed to be touched yet by a guy, so she's super pure, would that count as a cleanest, best pleasure too? Or is it just because it's the kid makes it more of a cleanest, best pleasure? Wonder what his full definition is there.
Girls who are 20 years old?
No, sir, I really can't.
You got that nice truck out there?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Got the clothes thing going on?
You got that little smirk. You think that douchebag look good? Thanks, Carl. I know I'm fresh as fuck. Nah, I mean, I like the white little John with no dreads. Nah, saying. Hey, Carl. You know, Chris talking about got the clothes thing going on. Like, I didn't know looking like a total douchebag was the way to get some pussy. Like, damn, boy. You know, I thought your style was a little fresher. You know, get them slacks on, them shined up shoes, nice fresh jacket, fresh shirt. No, apparently you gotta wear a shirt that's 37 times too big for you. Wear pants that are 10 times too big for you. Fuck buying a belt, because who needs that? And then make sure you're ridiculously color coordinated, but not in a good sense, just monotone sense. And make sure it's a boring color. You know, white, that's basically the absence of color. So, there it is. And also just be a total douchebag, I guess. So that's the way to do it. That's how you get bitches. And then you have a truck. It ain't no truck, Chris. It's an SUV. It's an Escalade, which, okay, Escalades can be fresh, especially if they're taken care of. Nowadays, it seems like anybody who has an Escalade, the thing's all beat up and gross. But when they're new, you know, they had a reputation. And the new ones nowadays still have a reputation. They go for like $109,000 new for a goddamn Escalade. But anyways, how did this douchebag even get an Escalade? He's only 20. He's just a raging Wigger. Like, was that his parents' vehicle? Or what the hell is this 20-year-old doing? I'm trying to run that trap. Nah, I mean, cuh. I got them hoes in the corner, too. Nah, saying, bro. And then he's over here saying, when Chris says you can't get any 20-year-olds your age, and he's, no, I can't, sir. I really can't. But it's like, you sure about that? Because you managed to hook up with this 13-year-old. Granted, she was fake, but you got a 13-year-old. So whatever you did for a 13-year-old, you could do for a 20-year-old. If you're on the app, you could have found, or whatever. I guess it wasn't Appster in those days, but you know what I mean. The website, the chat room, and you found a 13-year-old. You could have just as easily found a 20-year-old or something like that. 21, 19, somewhere in that range. That's much closer to you. So what kind of dumbass excuse is that? Like, you chose not to find somebody your age and did choose to find the kid. Like, don't be a jackass. I mean, you already are because you're a huge Wigger, but...
That's material.
Yo, I just noticed. What the hell's that giant thing on the right side of his face? Like his right, our left, his right. See that giant thing right there? Kind of like up on his cheekbone? Does he have like giant birthmarks or something? What the fuck is that? I'm some bone hard thug. Nah, I mean, look at this shit on my face, Cole.
Sure. Girls look deeper for what they want in guys.
Well...
Yeah, nah, I mean, guys just want pussy. That's what I'm here for. I mean, I'm not here for. That's what I kept lying about, saying I'm not here for. Man, I'm gonna take the fuck off. See you later, bro. Not saying. Tell that bitch I said hi and I'll fuck her later.
Something you got to know. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Have you seen one of our computer
Yo, man,
predator
who the
shows
fuck that
before?
call?
No, sir.
This is one of them. We're doing stories on adults who try to meet teens on the internet for sex. If there's anything else you want to tell us, we'd like to hear it. If not, you're obviously free to walk out that door.
What a fucking douchebag. He says, thanks for making me waste my gas. Like, what? That's your takeaway from this? Like, you're mad because you weren't actually able to fuck a kid? Like, what the hell right now? Your takeaway should be that you think all that happened was you talked to Chris and now you're going home. Because he doesn't know yet that there's cops out there to ambush him and take him to jail. So he should just be relieved, like, well, at least I kind of got off on this. I made a mistake, but I'll just go home and, deal with it by not doing this ever again. No, instead, man, thanks for making me waste my gas, motherfuckers. I didn't get to fuck a 13-year-old. Like, what? What a weird takeaway. What a weird reaction. Like, how was it their fault? Like, he's trying to make it their fault that he came out here and tried to fool around with a kid. Like, are you serious right now? Nobody told you to join that chat room. Nobody told you to start chatting with the 13-year-old. Nobody told you to come out here after you get the address. Nobody told you to send those naked pictures to her. Like, how is this their fault? I mean, in his mind, I guess it's their fault because they created the fake profile and all that. But it's like, yeah, they did that to protect an actual kid. So see, instead of you talking to an actual kid, you were talking to them. Which means mission accomplished. Like... It's such a weird takeaway, getting all pissy. Oh, man, thanks for making me come out for nothing, cuz. Nah, bitch, thanks for being a dumbass. Just like before, when Chris kept saying, oh, so you're the victim, and he would say, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, that basically was what you're saying. Chris was right, especially based on this reaction, being a little pussy asshole bitch. Like, yeah, you were trying to spin it as you were the victim, but then you knew that it wasn't going to sound right if you said, yeah, I'm the victim. So then you had to say, no, that's not what I'm saying, call. Fucking idiot. Number 3, what is this, Iverson back in the day? Yo, man, was I supposed to shut that door? Aw, all those frogs, crickets, whatever the hell they are, it's so relaxing to listen to. It makes me think of summer. Middle of summer, it makes me think of like when I was a kid in bed and you just have the window open and you hear all that when you're going to sleep. Or it makes me think of now when I go to the track. I like to go to the track at night and just walk and or jog, and it's just so relaxing. You hear all the crickets and the grasshoppers, the frogs and all that, and it sounds like this, and it's just super peaceful and super relaxing. So hearing that just makes me think of all that, like, oh, this guy fucked up on a nice summer night by being a total douchebag. It can't be summer, though, because he's wearing these pants in the end. He's a fucking douchebag, and that's what they do. He probably wears shorts in winter. But, I don't know. That's just what it makes me think of.
Please, freeze! Freeze! Put your hands up! Hands up! Down on the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
Why did he just stand there? They said down on the ground 14 times, and he just stands there like, alright, man, I ain't doing that shit, call. Go ahead, shoot me, motherfucker. I think what his problem is why he didn't want to go down on the ground is because he's thinking about his clothes. Man, my shit gonna be all dirty. My white shirt, my white hat, my white kick car, you gonna ruin all that shit. So he's just standing there, but it's like, all you're doing, dickhead, is pissing them off, and now you're getting tackled. If you would have went down, you could have went down nicely and prevented your stuff from getting fucked up. But because you got tackled by them, now it's gonna be all dirty and gross because you're a fucking idiot. And you pissed them off now, so now they're going to be like, as if they're not already upset, A, that, you're there trying to catch kids, and B, who knows how they even felt about working with this, on this sting with Chris. They were probably bored. They're all day for maybe 3-4 busts, so they're already crabby and cranky as it is, and then you don't even listen. You just stand there like a dickhead, like, that ain't going to help anything. Like, what the hell? Fucking idiot.
On the ground!
Man, I gotta get in that grass so I don't get as fucked up.
All the way. There you go, all the way.
This is the bad guy right here. Put your legs. Oh man, I like these ankles, know what I mean? Ready time for this. Fucking douchebag. Oh, look, it looks like his lips all bloody with that light transposing. Oh, that's perfect, 'cause that's what he needs. Cops need to crack him right in the mouth, fucking douchebag. But anyways, him giving that finger, like, it's funny because it's like, bitch, you're just a pussy bitch. You ain't nothing tough. First off, you're gonna try to give the finger and act tough when you're surrounded by cops. Like, you do anything stupid and there's cops. You're already under arrest as it is, but you know what I mean? You get cops around you. What are you gonna do that's so tough right now? Nothing. Second off, you dumb fucking retarded wigger. You're there to fuck around with a kid. Nothing tough about that. You're a piece of shit. You go to jail, and you know what happens there with pedos? The criminals see them as the lowest of the low. Like, and you're gonna try to act tough still? Plus, you're kind of, I can't say you're scrawny. You're not super big, though. Not super built. You're kind of mid, so, I don't know. You're gonna act tough, though, when you're not. I don't know. That finger's just stupid. Giving the finger, it's like, you brought this on yourself, asshole. Don't be giving the camera guy the finger because you're a dumbass. Like, seriously? Hey, man, I did this to myself, but fuck you, nah mean, cuh? Okay.
Based upon the items found in his SUV, it looked like Cody Green was planning to spend the night. I mean,
wait, is that his Escalade? Okay, so when Chris said truck, maybe he was on the right path. He's got one of the truck-style Escalades. That ain't sexy. You need to have a real Escalade. Come on, cuh. What kind of fake wigger are you?
And spare clothes.
What I don't get is how come he didn't bring that stuff in? He had spare clothes and all that in his car and he just left it out there? It's kind of weird. Like, who's the one that brought everything in? I don't know. There was a guy, though. He actually brought clothes in and stuff. That makes sense if that's what you think you're going to be doing. This dumbass brings it, but then leaves it outside? Like, okay.
Condoms, you know, everything was there.
Look him in this cage.
Watch this.
Aww.
Follow him.
He is
What's the
not
point of
backing
hiding
down,
now?
Cody Green.
They've
gives the
already
cameraman
seen
the
you.
finger.
The point in the middle
defiant
finger.
till the
Stupid
end.
little pussy.
Put your right hand first.
What's going on right there? Are they blurring the fingerprint? Like, I get it. Fingerprints are, like, identifying, but they're also supposed to be unique, like a snowflake and all that. Everybody's are unique. So my point is they're blurring this, but, like, how would you even copy that? Like, how, that would be practically impossible to try to pretend your fingerprint was somebody else. Like, are they blurring this right now? Or does it just look that way? Is there just something wrong with how the fingerprint came out? Or if they're blurring it, that's weird. Like, how is anybody going to be able to steal that and, like, pretend that they're Cody? And it's only one finger. You'd have to have all of them. So you don't really need to worry about blurring. You know what I mean? It's like if you wanted to keep somebody's identity private and you said, well, their first name starts with S. Okay, well, there's billions of S names between every language and stuff. Like, that's not telling you much.
And we're gonna need you to take a shower, shampoo, and change out and put on one of the black and white uniforms.
Man, I ain't calm. I'm gonna sit here and hide my motherfucking face, know what I mean? Because, you know, nobody saw what I look like yet.
I mean, you get caught once, you take your punishment, you get some help, and you move on with your life. But you get caught twice. I mean, that raises serious questions about your ability.
Wait, what's Chris talking about? This dickhead wasn't caught twice. At least not on the show. The only ones that were caught twice were Kennelly and Siebert. What was his first name? The rat guy. Ips. I promise I won't do this again. Ips. And then obviously our boy Kennelly that we already covered. Hey, bro. Oh my god, I didn't mean to come here again. I was just getting something to eat. What the fuck, man? I was just getting something to eat. It would actually be funnier if Kennelly did talk like that. Hey, bro, what the fuck you doing here? You're just coming to get something to eat with me today? No, John, I just caught you yesterday for the same thing. Well, I just really like McDonald's. You're gonna give me a hard time because I like McDonald's double cheeseburgers? No, you're here for a double whammy of boy. Oh, that sounds pretty good too, though. But anyways, they didn't catch Cody twice. So what's Chris talking about right now with the double whammy? Is it just talking about his offenses, like how he had the DUI and then the charge of running away from a scene of a crime or something? I don't know. Like I said in the beginning, though, this little bitch is pretty immature, so it makes sense he would act that way and get double charged and whatever. I call him tired over here. Let me take his sleepy time. I'm gonna sleep on this bench with no pillow, know what I mean?
To be rehabilitated. I think a lot of these guys, once they're caught, realize how stupid it was for them to do it. Some of these guys just don't ever think it could happen to them. Please.
Man, nah, it's because they thinking with they dick. They're like, all right, Carl, you want to try to get some of that kid? All right, let's go get it. And then they're like, oh shit, there's a guy here who has a different shirt on now and a tie that he didn't have before, but the same jacket. Ah! Hi, I just want to talk to you. He's like a joker. He's like a good joker. All I ever wanted to do was catch predators. And then the one douchebag in Texas had to go and blow his head off, which ruined my show.
FBI, they do these investigations across the country every day, but they can only be in so many places. So the odds are overwhelmingly in the potential predator's favor of not getting caught. In spite of the challenges, we still had 24 guys show up in like 4 days. Some of these guys got, 4 years or more.
24 guys in 4 days, so that's 6 guys a day. See what I mean? So I'm talking about the cops. They're just kind of sitting around bored. 6 guys during a whole entire day? Like, yeah, on the surface, that sounds good. Like, oh, wow, you got a lot of catches. 24 in 4 days, 6 guys a day, not bad. But then when you think about it, when you're actually there, you're kind of just sitting there doing nothing, bored for all day, 24 hours.
In prison.
Hey, Colson, I gotta do him. This doesn't matter right now. I just like this song. So Colson was in the same episode. Hey, this guy, Ronaldo, wasn't he the one that was trying to do a 3-way with the kid? Oh no, not him. The trucker guy. He was like a real life boomhauer. I can't understand. This guy, that's who I was thinking of. This was Xavier Kennedy. He was the one that was trying to have a 3-way, right? And his woman didn't come though. He ended up just showing up. This guy, he's the one that's like, how do I phrase it? I don't know. He seems like the most decent out of all of them. Like he's just made a mistake. Oh shit. Oh, here we go. Oh, they got the little gay hop. What's this say? You can read this one. Douchebag has yet to be tried. He pleaded not guilty to the following charges: criminal attempt to commit child molestation, criminal attempt to commit statutory rape, and criminal attempt to commit sodomy. You pled not guilty? Bitch, you're guilty of all of them. You can't even argue it. You have zero defense. And why? Because you got a fucking chat log that says otherwise. And not only that, but you showed up. So that means, A, you have a manifesto, you could say, where you laid out exactly what you were going to do, and then you fucking showed up so you could actually do it. How are you going to plead not guilty? Like, are you kidding me right now, dumbass? Yo, man, what about a call? Yeah, I'm a fucking douchebag, call. Oh, more on this piece of shit, what's this say? In August, this is what I was talking about before, he was arrested in a neighboring county. Why do they always talk about counties on this show? Where I live, we don't talk about county ever. No one ever says county. Half the time you say, hey, what county do we live in? Nobody even knows. They're like, I don't fucking know. Where's the map? Yet they're always talking about county on this show. Maybe bigger states do counties more? I don't know. But anyhow, for exposing himself to an 8-year-old girl at a swimming pool. What the who does that? Who sees an 8-year-old and they're like, oh shit, I should show you my dick. I see 8-year-olds and I'm like, oh, hopefully they swim on the shallow end. I don't want to deal with this shit. And he's over here, hey, you want to see my cock? As a result, he faces additional charges of child molestation and public indecency. He is in custody and has yet to enter a plea. So, here's the other thing. What, you're going to try to argue that, man, I didn't show her my dick, motherfucker. All these people that are witnesses is lying, huh? What, is that what you're going to try to pull? The other thing is, this just furthers his original case that he pled not guilty on. So not only do you have the chat log, and then you showed up, which shows intent, but now you did this shit, which just further enhances that, yeah, you're kind of a sexual deviant. Dumbass.
Here he is, about to get in trouble yet another time.
I don't want this right now. I just want the song.
Girls look deeper for what they want inside.
I don't want that stuff because that's like stuff afterwards. Like I was talking about how he keeps fucking up, but that's my follow-up video that I like to do. I was just trying to listen to that beat. I like that beat. They had like 3 main beats, and that's the best one. Anyhow, we got that Wigger done, car. Motherfucking Cody, nah I mean? This was actually pretty nice. A nice short video. His segment was only 10 minutes, and that's the raw uncut nonsense. So I think the regular version's only like 7 minutes. Anyways, I only say this because the other ones, you know, they've always been 2 parts because it's like you get the long interaction with Nervous Nelly or the man boy. Then you have the interaction with Chris, and then you have the police. It was just this. It was all in one. There was no time with the decoy. Chris right away, and then quick police. But anyways, that's all I got for this one. Next will be a huge follow-up. Maybe I can find like a condensed version that just has everything. But a huge follow-up to this douchebag and everything he's been up to in the subsequent years. And yeah, until then, I said see ya. And thanks for checking this out. And hopefully you got a few giggles.